ICE vows to flood Boston with agents over sanctuary city status. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Trump is not playing around with these sanctuary cities, these sanctuary states. He's doing something about it. He's cleaning up these streets to send these people back to where they came from. And the majority of Americans support that. And we're going to talk about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, let's get into this news. Now, this comes from the Conservative Brief, and they report that Boston Mayor Wu is promising to maintain the city's sanctuary status in the face of the Trump administration's crackdown on illegal immigration. However, she may find that to be a bigger challenge than she bargained for, since the ICE director is now vowing to flood her city with immigration agents to track down offenders. See, this wouldn't happen if they would just work with the federal government, but they refuse to work with the federal government to lock away these criminals, to send these criminals back to where they came from. She'd rather defend murderers and thieves and things like that. I don't understand the Democrat Party. I do not understand them at all. They care more about criminals than American people, the American citizens. The acting Immigration and Customs Enforcement Director, Todd Lyons, said this week that federal immigration agents will dramatically expand their presence in Boston, escalating a long simmering clash between local officials and the Trump administration. Quote, "We're definitely going to flood the zone, especially in sanctuary jurisdictions," Lyons said in an interview on Wednesday's The Howie Carr Show. Quote, "Boston and Massachusetts decided to say that they wanted to stay sanctuary. Sanctuary does not mean safer streets. It means more criminal aliens out and about the neighborhoods. But 100% you will see a larger ICE presence," Lyons added. The comments came one day after Wu publicly rebuffed Attorney General Pam Bondi's ultimatum that Boston and other cities either repeal sanctuary city laws or risk cuts to federal funding. At a press conference on Tuesday, Wu forcefully defended Boston's policies and accused the administration of scapegoating immigrant communities. That's not what's happening here. We're talking about illegal aliens that are criminals. See how they lump them all together? But let's play this clip here from her. Here we go.
We're here again today because last week, Boston received a letter from the Attorney General of the United States on official letterhead from the federal government threatening to prosecute city officials and withhold federal funds unless we cooperate with carrying out mass deportations. At a time when this federal administration is already causing so much fear and harm in our communities, these threats are serious and consequential. But our same communities have told me loud and clear that silence in the face of oppression is not an option. The U.S. Attorney General asked for a response by today. So here it is. Here is our response. Stop attacking our cities to hide your administration's failures. Unlike the Trump administration, Boston follows the law. And Boston will not back down from who we are and what we stand for.
Wow. They follow the law by supporting illegal criminals that are not supposed to be here against federal laws. So what is she talking about? See, they follow the law. Boston has maintained sanctuary protection since 2014 when the city adopted a trust act that bars local police from holding individuals solely on ICE detainers unless federal agents obtain a warrant. Wu has consistently backed the policy, arguing it builds trust between law enforcement and immigrant residents. But federal officials say sanctuary rules undermine public safety by preventing ICE from taking custody of individuals who have been convicted. Now, they're already convicted of crimes and are otherwise subject to deportation. Lyons accused Wu and other local leaders of ignoring the risks. Quote, "That's the issue we're seeing in so many jurisdictions," he said. "We have so many men and women on the Boston Police Department and other jurisdictions that are so pro-ICE that want to work with us and that are actually helping us behind the scenes. That's what I think local leaders don't understand, is that they need to talk to the men and women on the ground, because there are so many of these criminal aliens that keep getting released to go out and commit more crimes that the local law enforcement have to deal with. We can take that violent criminal alien instantly out of the neighborhood," Lyons added. Bondi has given sanctuary jurisdictions until the end of the year to comply or face the loss of federal public safety grants. Boston receives millions annually in federal funds for policing, emergency management, and homeland security initiatives. City officials have vowed to challenge any cuts in court, setting up what could be a protracted legal battle. The showdown in Boston reflects a broader national campaign by the Trump administration to dismantle sanctuary laws, which are on the books in more than 100 cities and counties across the United States. Boston has one of the largest immigrant populations in New England, with nearly 30% of its residents born outside of the United States, according to census data. Wu has framed the sanctuary policy as essential to the city's identity, describing Boston as a city of immigrants. This is wild. This is wild that these leftist leaders are doing this to their own cities. They're destroying their own cities by these sanctuary laws. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.